Hello and welcome to a playthrough video of Lair, Yanar's Vault. I will be displaying a full playthrough of a single player game where I'll be controlling two heroes, but it will give you enough information on how the gameplay flows with more than one player. So I've already selected my heroes, so I'll be playing Bella and Hadrick. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and lay out the cards. Make sure to check out our setup video on how to fully set up the game. And in a 1 to 2 player game, I will be playing red. So I'm going to go ahead and take all the red cards off. There we go. All right, going to go ahead and shuffle these red cards back in. Okay, the deck is shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and roll my positions for my heroes. So we're both starting on 10 because we rolled a 5 multiplied by 2. The Ardor is in the right place, and it's time to begin the hero phase, or the teamwork phase. So, it doesn't look like she's going to perform any attacks this turn. Bella's ability is not useful when you don't have any weak point cards, because she allows you to swap out weak point cards that you have in your hand with cards that are on the board, but we don't have any because it is our first turn. So I'm going to go ahead and use Hadrick's ability. So I'm going to go ahead and place him on the deck just to make sure that we know that we're going to block 1 damage. All right, so now we're going to move into the movement phase. So we're going to go and roll. So we rolled a 6 and a 4. We kind of have our pick of the litter because we're pretty free. I see that there's a precise strike, 2 precise strikes out over here actually. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Hadrick get the precise strike here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to claim that one to his inventory. And then Bella has a 6, so she's able to move over here and collect this precise strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will end the movement phase. So now the dragon is going to move 2 spaces, prioritizing clockwise towards the closest attack. So the only attack that's on the board right now is a bite, so she's going to move 1, 2. So now I'm going to go ahead, take this off. We still have 1 heal from 1 block from Hadrick. I'm going to replenish. No rampages occurred, and now we are going to go ahead and reset. Back to the teamwork phase. Okay. So a new attack has appeared on the board, so a wing attack. So she's gonna actually swap back over this way because she moves towards the closest attack. We do have some cards cards on the board. We do have some cards in our hand, so we could use Bella, but they're both cards that we want to keep, so we probably don't want to use her. So we'll go ahead and use Hadrick again. I'm going to go ahead and place him on the deck to recognize that we have a healing point. So this is the first time. So I have a 1, so Bella's minor ability goes off. So I'm allowed to take 1 card from the board and put it on the bottom of the deck. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take this wing and put it at the bottom of the deck. So now she's not going to perform any attacks this turn. So now I only have 1. I'm going to Hadrick. I think this teamwork is appealing, and then this head is appealing. And I could also jump over here to grab the 1 to match up with our precise strikes. So Hadrick's got a 3. The tail is going this way, so actually if we pick up the tail, so tail for Hadrick, and then Bella is going to use the jump ability. You're allowed to use the jump ability if you rolled a 1. So you can, rather than moving left or right 1 space, you can jump across to the opposite opposing side. And I'm actually going to pick up this tail, or this teamwork, which can be paired with the tail because she's actually moving this way. So that will be efficient. So now it is Ardor's turn. She's going to clock 2 spaces towards the close attack, which is a bite. 1, 2. She does not perform any attacks, and we're going to hit the reset phase. So we still have that 1 block. So I'm going to go ahead and place cards down. clockwise. We do have one red. We hit our first rampage, 2 rampages. So I'm going to go ahead and take the rampage deck, give that a nice little shuffle. And we still have 1 block. And then I'm going to draw 2 cards, put that back, and then I'm going to do the first attack. Quick tail. Okay. Boom. Oh my gosh, he got us both. Okay, so the quick tail attack is going to hit us both, so 2 damage. We're blocking 1 damage because of Hadrick, but the other damage is not going to be blocked, and it's going to be, we're going to discard 1 card from the stamina deck into the discard pile. And then we're going to perform the next attack, a bite attack. Okay, it hit Bella over here in this spot, so we're going to take 1 more damage. And that draws up another red card, so we're actually going to take another rampage attack. So it's going to be a quick wing attack. Okay, so we have 1 damage, and then we avoided the damage over here. Bella's getting smashed over here. Take a damage. All right, so we lost another damage, but we have made it through the reset phase. So now we're going to go ahead and commence the teamwork phase. All right, so we're pretty good on cards. I would say we need to block again because there's not really any cards that we want to trade. I don't see the other precise strike. We do have teamwork damage if we get on the same spot. We are near tail, so we can go ahead and do that. We could actually, to help with that, we're going to go ahead. We are going to use Bella's ability, and what we're going to do is, actually, no, we're not. Okay, we're going to do Hadrick's ability. I thought I was going to get fancy and try to swap it from the board, which actually I could do that. I'm going to do it. So Bella, we're going to use Bella's ability. We're going to swap this 1 for this right wing here. All right, we're just sticking with it. I want to get the left wing. All right, I rescind my thing. We're doing Hadrick. I can't because I want to keep this tail, and I was trying to get the teamwork over to. Actually, it's fine. We're doing it. We're here. Big plays. So put this down. Put this here. And then here we're going to swap out the price size strike is going to go down on the field, but we'll pick it up again afterwards anyway. Okay, so now we did our major ability, and now we're going to roll. So we actually rolled a 1, so we're allowed to reclaim any discarded card, weak point card for Hadrick's ability. So I'm going to go ahead and search the deck for a weak point card, which I think we have 1. It's a tail card, so that's good. And then Bella has a 2. So now, since we have the tail damage, I'm going to go ahead and do an attack with Hadrick here. It does not cost me actions. I just have to pay the cards, put them in the discard pile, and then we have done a tail damage. So chipping away. The next thing. So we have a 2-tail. We have a 3-tail here. 2 tails over there. I don't really have much movement. So I think picking up a teamwork again is probably the best. And then Hadrick just re-picking up the precise strike. Just to get that back in the inventory. I'm going to move this way because we're trying to take out the tail. Okay, so now the movement phase has finished, and now it is her turn. So she's going to clock once towards the bite. She's going to do a bite attack, but there's no one in the range. Discard the attack card. And there's no attack card. There's no attack cards on the board, so now she is stunned, and she's not going to move because there's nothing to move towards. So the layer phase is over, and now we commence the reset phase. So I'm going to go ahead and starting from the lowest number and filling in. So we survived, no rampage attacks. All right. So now we commence teamwork phase. We can either block a damage or trade out cards. We're actually sort of pretty inefficient right now, so this might actually be a good opportunity to trade out cards again. So if we could get a right wing 2, which we do have over here, so I'm actually going to do that. The right wing 2, teamwork. So now I have a full right wing and I'm right there. So now we're going to roll for movement phase. We rolled a 1 and a 2. So again, Bella's minor ability goes off, so I'm going to get to place a card from the board to the bottom of the deck, which I'm going to place this wing attack, and now Ardor is going to be stunned for her Lair phase, which is good. And now we're going to commence our movement. So I only have 1 movement. I can pick up a teamwork, which is fine, which I will do. I'm going to go ahead and do an attack of the right wing. There we go. Chipping away, pick up the teamwork. I do have heart damage because you need 5 points of wild damage to deal a damage to the heart, so I have that ready. Now, Hadrick only has 2. I am just going to get into position for the tail here, or I could pick up this tail, and then we'd have 6. And then I wouldn't have to use my precise strike. I'll say that for later. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the tail. So now we have 6 points of tail, which I can use to do an attack. Usually you have 5, 6, and 7 additional, like adding up points. So you don't want to do too many 7 attacks because there is some efficiency factor and you're adding up to 5. So just be careful with that. And there are 3 precise strikes. So just keep that in mind as you're going through the game. Okay, into the Lair phase. There are no attacks on the board. So she's not going to move. And then we're going to hit the reset phase. So again, 1. So we got 2 bites, and then we have a rampage attack. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a rampage card. She's going to do a claw attack. All right, so she's going to hit Bella. Bella is just getting clawed to death. She has a death warrant over here. Okay, so we're going to take 1 damage. That is a rampage attack, so we're going to actually do another rampage. Earthquake, or eruption, so that's going to be at least 1 damage. So I'm going to do another damage, and we have survived that round. Okay, so now we're into the teamwork phase. Okay, so I have a tail attack. It's kind of all the way down there, so that's not really efficient. I do have a precise strike, which I can just go ahead and use. We're near the head. I think we should use Hadrick here. Our cards are pretty good, so I'm not really too worried about efficiency there. So I'm going to go ahead and use Hadrick's ability. Block 1 damage. I'm going to go ahead and roll. So we got a 5, and then we got a 1. So we can turn off 1 attack. So I'm actually going to do this one because she's going to move 2. So if I take this one off, actually if I do this one, then it opens up this card. So I'm going to actually do that just in case. Bella's ability coming in clutch. Okay. So now, time for movement. Bella's got 1 movement. She could jump to the other side and get towards the tail and be safe. Hadrick has 5 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could knock off the tail with that damage, and then I would end on a head, which is a good card to have, and I would be safe. Tail would be a useless card then. So actually I think I'm going to move Bella here to claim the left wing because we haven't done any left wing damage yet. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a head damage with my precise strike because we do have 1 precise strike left, which is fine. For the heart, we want to keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. And then Hadrick is going to 1, 2, 3, 4 onto the tail to do a tail damage for 6. So the tail has been weakened fully. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up the head card. So now I just need a teamwork card to be able to do a head damage. So now it is the Lair phase. So we're going to go 1, 2, do a bite attack. There's nothing here. So no damage is taken. Discard the card. We still have 1 block, which is good because it's about to get spicy in here. So now I'm going to go ahead and refresh. Okay, well, we survived again. All right, so no block needed. Now we commence teamwork phase. All right, so she's going to do a tail attack into another tail attack. So we got some danger over here and then danger over here. So probably want to stay over here. We do have some cards. I am near the left wing, but I don't have cards to trade with myself. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play it safe and do a block. Hadrick again. I'm going to go ahead and roll. So now I got a 5 and a 4. So good movement round. I'm going to go ahead and grab this left wing because that will complete my 5 for that. And then Hadrick is kind of in the danger zone here. He needs a head damage. If he goes over here and gets a teamwork, he would avoid the tail attacks, and then he would be kind of over here for the head damage, so that would be good. I wonder if... Actually, so we're actually going to retcon here, and I'll show you a good example of how passing cards works. So I'm actually going to go 1, 2, 3, grab my card and finish my turn. So now I've completed the head damage. But Bella actually has a lot of movement. So I'm actually going to have Bella go 1, 2. All you need to do to take cards from another player, even if their turn is over, is to move on to their space. Doesn't cost any actions to do. So I move 2 spaces. So I have 3 actions left. I'm going to go ahead and pick them up, trade them over here. And then I'm going to move onto the head to do 1 damage. I'm going to trade in my cards. Do head damage, so the head has been knocked out. Good. And then I'm going to go back. So I still have 1. I'm going to go back to the left wing. So I think that's a good example to show the strategy involved with making sure the turn order can go in any, it's random, you can go in any order that you want. So there, I could have finished my turn, and if Bella had just finished her turn, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So making sure that you consider who goes first, who goes second, that sort of thing, who goes last, and you can really make a difference with strategy. All right, so that being said, the movement phase is now over, and we can move to the Lair phase. So we're going to go ahead, do a tail attack. So no one's back there. We're safe. Gonna move 1, 2. No one's back there. We're safe. And now we still have 1 block. Make sure to keep that in mind. And then we're going to fill in 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 rampages coming our way. I would still have 1 block. I'm gonna go ahead and do the first rampage. So fire breath. Okay. And that is going to hit both of us for 2 damage. So Hadrick is going to block 1, and then we're going to take 1 damage. And we still have 2 rampages left. So now we're going to go ahead and flip over, reshuffle the rampage deck, and take 2 more cards. Put the rampage deck back over here. And a quick tail attack. So we avoided that damage, thank goodness. Now finally the final rampage attack. All right, if it lands on odds, then we'll survive and not take any damage. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so we avoided damage because it hits on the even or odd number depending on the card. So for example, it landed on 11. We're both on evens, no damage. Nice. All right, so that could have been a very destructive round, but we avoided it narrowly. All right, so now let's continue. So there's no attacks on the board, so we have a free, good free turn to start laying on some damage. I do have some left wing. So I do have left wing. So that would be over here. I'm kind of nearby. Precise strike. So I don't really want to trade out. I think we play it safe. Do some more Hadrick. Block that damage. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and roll. 2 and 3. So no minor abilities. Not really very high. I think Hadrick is going to go ahead and pick up a teamwork because he has a precise strike. We want to make sure to guarantee our heart damage. So we do have heart damage for the end of the game. His turn is over, and then Bella is going to go over here and run to do a left wing damage, which will be good. Pay the cards. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a teamwork. Teamwork is always a good card to have. And that will finish the movement phase. So now we're going to go into the Lair phase. There's no attack, so no movements for the Lair phase. And then now we're going to go into the replenishment phase. Still have one block. One. All right, so we got one rampage. Fire breath. Oh my gosh, 2 damage again. Fire breath is roasting us. Okay, so we're going to block 1 damage with Hadrick. And then we're going to take 1 damage. Take 1 damage. Okay, so we're still looking okay. We got 2 more damage to do, and then the heart. Okay, so now we're back at it. So we have the tail. It's not going to make it, so we have another turn where we don't need anything. Trading cards, not really. Kind of okay with cards right now. So let's go ahead and block a damage. Play it safe. Always play it safe. Okay. So we have a reclaim, which is really, really good. And then we have 4. So I'm going to go ahead and reclaim a card from the deck, which is obviously, I'll let you guess, a precise strike. We are grabbing a precise strike. All right, so we have an extra precise strike, which is great. Hadrick has a 1, so he could jump across, grab the tail, which still, okay, the tail would be useless. We don't need that card, but we have Bella to swap out. So I'm actually going to do that to go ahead and do that damage. Or I could do the left wing. That's true too, because she's going to turn this way, and then we'll both kind of be over here. And then I get to pick up a head. That's not very useful either. I mean, is there a card over here that would be useful? A 2 for left wing. I'm about to do right wing, left wing. Okay, so I'll actually do that. I'm going to go 1, do a damage on the right wing. And then, oh, that's only 1, so I have to take that anyway. I can trade it out next turn. That's fine. And then I got a 4. Okay. We have the heart damage. We need left wing. Left wing is all the way over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't make it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can trade out next turn. Gotta always go with teamworks. Teamworks makes the dream work. You know what I mean? Okay, grabbing a teamwork. Now it's Lair phase. 1, 2. No attacks. Now we're gonna go into the replenishment phase. We have 1 block. God bless Hadrick. All right, last precise strike, and then 1 rampage. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Claw attack. Okay, Bella again. She's just a magnet for damage over here. So we're gonna block that. Thank goodness Hadrick is here to protect her. And we avoided damage for that round. Okay, So now we are going to continue. So he's going to do a tail attack off the bat. So this is damage over here. We only need left wing, and that's over there. Cards on the board. We have one left wing here, and Hadrick has a useless card. So let's go ahead. There's not another left wing. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use Bella's ability and trade out the head card for a left wing card. Then, so now we're going to roll. One. So we actually get to reclaim a card, which is really good. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to get a left wing card. Boom. 3. And now we just need to get over there, which he has a 1. But fortunately, Bella is a rogue and very fast. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he still needs to move 1. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to pick up that precise strike, but we kind of have everything we need. So he's going to pick up 1, draw this card. Bella's going to go 1, 2, 3. So I got 3 left. She's going to go ahead and take the precise strike. I'm going to go over to the left wing, do the damage. Wait, I need that. Oh, wait, no. That's not what I wanted. I needed the left wing damage. There we go. Crazy. And I'm going to give him the precise strike, the teamwork, so that he has it. Okay, I'm going to take the left wing. I'm going to do the damage. Left wing damage. Now that the left wing has, or the last weak point damage has been done, it's time for the heart to come out. So the heart is rolled by a d12, a 4. So now it is placed right here on the board. So that is the target to do the final damage. I only have 1, so I can't make it there. Oh, and Hadrick is going to take a damage. Wow, misplay. That was awkward. Well, actually, he was going to take a damage either way because he was in the tail. He only rolled a 1, so if he jumped to the other side, he would have landed on an attack. Okay, that's great. So now Bella has 1. So that's not really super useful. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stay on this spot because that's the final location. Go ahead and take this card. And now we make it to the Lair phase. So it's going to be a tail attack. We're going to take 1 damage. It's a rampage. I'm going to draw the card. All right, we have narrowly avoided that. 2, a wing attack. That could have been quite devastating. And now we're going to replenish or reset. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, no rampages. We are lucky. All right, and that's, I think that's it. All we need to do is roll a 1. We're going to use Hadrick's ability to block. We're going to roll. I mean, I think it's guaranteed. He's going to move over. Hadrick's going to deal the final blow. Boom. And the heart is done. And Ardor has been defeated. Hadrick and Bella have been successful. And that's a full playthrough of Lair. A win, surprisingly. I'm actually kind of surprised on how well Bella and Hadrick work together. So thanks for watching. And come check out the next playthrough with some other heroes.